Kids, welcome back. Aloha. Well, it seems like it's been forever, but for you guys, it's probably been just like a few minutes to a couple days. Probably haven't checked in, but I just wanted to say, oh man, I think this is my last one. I've been thinking about it, and I think I had a dream about Ronnie, Opie. Didn't mean to hurt your feelings with Opie. But Ron, I don't know if we have a movie on that other one, because the dream I had was, I don't believe that public's ready for that. So this is, let's see, I started I put all this together kind of in a short amount of time. It kind of just, I just started this whole thing with how to beat up a bully, comma, without having to fight. That's all I really wanted to do. And somehow we got really out of control here, because I think I've given everybody the right amount of tools, all you kids, how to beat up a bully, comma, without having to fight. And that's all I wanted to get across, because the rest of the stuff, I don't think that everybody's ready for. And that's kind of what the dream was sort of saying, that I probably shouldn't go into any more of the stuff that I had done in the desert, okay? So this will be my last one. And by the way, nobody knows about any of this stuff because I haven't put anything in. So whatever I've got, you're gonna get, all right? And I think it's about 29 or 30 of these little tidbits that I've thrown out there. So this will be my last one, because I think it's time that Uncle Martin just says, I think we got enough out there for everybody to get how to beat up a bully, comma, without having to fight. That's all I'm saying. I want to go back just when I said the mind is so important, that what you tell your body, your subconscious, is so important, kids, that this is how important it is. My second teacher that told me this, see, I forgot to tell you about all that. When you stub your toe, you hurt your shoulder, you hit your head, all these things that that you're gonna, ow, ooh, ee, ooh, ow, ee. You're telling your body exactly to react that way, is what it comes down to. And how this is like back in '74 when he was explaining to me, and he didn't even go into any of this. All he said was, there's endorphins. There's endorphins in your brain, all right? And these endorphins are out of the pituitary. The pituitary is the size of a pea, very small. In fact, scientists and doctors are still trying to work out what exactly it does. But I can tell you right now, I did look up endorphins. I had to, because I wanted to make sure I got this right for you. I didn't want to just make anything up. And you know how I am with that. I'm going to tell you the truth as much as I can, to where if I did say something incorrect, you're going to pin me to the wall on it anyway, but I didn't mean to. I'm trying to stay with the truth. And endorphins are, science knows now that you got 20. I think there might be more, but we'll just keep it at 20. And the ones that we're talking about are the beta endorphins. They're like 18 to 33% stronger than morphine. So we got that, plus we got everything already in our brain that we could possibly need to get high. We don't have to eat and drink all these things that are going to raise your consciousness. No. See, I already knew about that, but not until I had that dream in the cave did I really realize that the goodies that I wasn't going to let go of, it was going for the reflection, not the source. And that's where Planet Terrific is right now. We're all trying to take a pill, eat a pill. It's going to make everything better. We already have everything right inside our brain to make everything that we need to get us there, basically. And if you look at it, man's always trying to make something to get somewhere. You know, I always found that to be very interesting. So, our body has a lot of water, all right? Our kids, our bodies have so much water. Our brain our brain has like 75% water. The lungs have like 75, 80%, or lungs, 75, 85% water. The heart has like 75, 80% water. The kidneys have 80 to 85% water. We are nothing but a ball of water, all right? I mean, when you take all the water away, we're nothing but some chemicals, you know? I mean, that Star Trek wasn't too far off when they did those little beep beep, and they're all little bricks. That's basically what we would be down to, a small little amount of, without our water. So that's what I wanted to bring up before I say goodbye. Goodbye to everybody. They did two things. A few years back, two different guys. They were, they called them holy men. The guys from India, and there was a monk. I think the monk was the one in New York. Then they did one. Then they did two things. They did. It showed what people with less limitation, or even people with limitations, what you're doing. I never thought about it. So the guy, we'll call he could have been a monk. He could have been anybody, but he was a guy that had no limitation. Okay. He got water. The scientists were with him. He got a cup of water that was in New York, a puddle in New York. They took the cup of water. They did the analysis on it. It was definitely water that was debatable whether you want to drink it or not. All right. So he did this thought pattern onto this water, and it changed it molecularly to where the water now had been changed. Apparently they said you could drink the water. All right. I don't know if I would have went that far, but that was that one. Now the other one was, again, the same kind of concept of, I'm not going to say monks or guys from India, but I think they did come from India. They had two groups of people, and they had two fountains of water that they were working with. These people were separated. They were spread apart, miles apart. The one side was told to put as much love, understanding, and happy feelings, thinking into the fountain of water. Okay, you know, fountains go 1, 2, 3, water comes out, comes back down. So they were all giving out that energy into their fountain. Miles away at another fountain, another group of people were told to put as much hatred and anger and just feeling of, not positive, as negative as they could be, into their fountain of water. So all of them had a different idea, I guess, on what they could come up with. Both of the fountains had the scientists got in there and they did the water spectrum, and pretty much both of these fountains were exactly the same as far as the water was concerned before the experiment. Now, after the experiment, that's when everything kind of changed. The side here that had put all the happy, love, understanding, happy, the molecules had been accelerated. They accelerated and they were looking pristine, colorful, and like a rainbow, and actually drinkable, they were saying. The other side, when they did the analysis on the water, it wasn't even moving as fast as it was. When they started, it was actually going, the molecules were going slower and they were darker. And they said that they don't know if they would have drank the water anyway, but definitely you wouldn't want to drink it now. So we had two groups of people on the same kind of water, and the outcome was totally different from what it originally was at. And after the experiment, both sides were totally different. So the concept with these guys was putting it across to people that we are fountains. Every kids, every one of you kids are a fountain. You're a fountain of water. We're all fountains of water. And we are gushing water fountains here. And the concept was, we already know that it takes one thought. One thought is 1/1,000,000th of a spark of electricity. And is that electricity positive electricity, or is it negative electricity? See, you remember the corn, weeds, corn. What are you growing? What are you growing, kids? What are you growing? You're growing corn, you're growing weeds. What are you thinking, kids? What are you thinking? Are you thinking positive, happy things? Or are you thinking negative, hateful things? It's always our choice. And you guys in the middle that can't choose, that's the ones that I gotta say, pick hot, pick cold. This is so important. So you really know how it comes back to you. And it comes back to that, kids. That we are fountains of water. And what are we charging our fountains of water with? Is it drinkable water? You look at some people and you say, wow, I don't know. We are telepathic, we are empaths. You can look at some people, not judging them, just saying, boy, I don't think they're thinking very positively here. Because first of all, they don't look very happy. Happy and sad is a state of mind. When we realize that, we can choose whether we want to be happy or sad. I know. It's coming down on us so hard right now. And it's so hard now, it's coming, I know, right now, we're speaking today. In fact, this is Memorial Day, all right? And that's why I'm saying this is it for me. Goodbye. After this, you won't see me again, all right? Yeah, unless somebody writes me a note or something. But I'm going to stay Uncle Martin, anonymous, no limitation, to the end. I promise. I'm not going out there for anything other than I'm just trying to get some points across that as dark as it looks right now, you don't think it looked dark for Uncle Martin when he was going through 20 schools back in the 60s? Come on. Look back in the 60s, all the things, all the negative things that people were doing, all the prejudice and everything like that. And now people are still trying to say there's still prejudice, there's still prejudice. Well, sure there is. But those are the people that still have things to learn. You can't judge anybody for that, you know? I mean, but we can, kids, I know you kids are saying, I don't really feel prejudiced, you know? I mean, what's up with these people with more experience in life, you know? What's going on with them? They have more things to learn, kids, that's all. So you can't judge them. You just have to work with them a little more, that's all. Just work with them like, you know, maybe try to put your point across. And kids, I'm telling you, each generation gets better. These are the ones with more experience that just, it's really hard for them to let it go. That's all. And maybe, there's no maybe about it. You kids are the future, all right? You are absolutely the future. And what Uncle Martin's saying is, what I'm trying to say is, there is still hope, all right? There is hope here on planet Terrific. Even though they're saying it's terrible, it is terrific. And that's what Uncle Martin's saying. I know a lot of you are saying it is pretty terrific. And that's exactly correct because you still have hope. Even though you say, oh, people are looking like it's pretty hopeless out there. Yeah, but they just have more things to learn. That's all. And that's all it is to it. Every time anybody wants to go negative, it's always going to be their choice. But it's going to be people that like yourselves, they're going to say, no, there's still hope. I think we can do this. I believe we can do this. It's that little train. I know we can. I know we can. I think we can. I think we can. Oh, yeah, bit. And you're going to take all these people on a train ride over the hill to where they'll say now they can see on top of the hill and say, wow, it looks a little brighter over there, man. That valley was pretty dark, man, but now it looks pretty valley. It's going to be you kids that are going to do this, by the way, all right? I'm just letting you know ahead of time, okay? I can foresee things. You can too. All of us can. Since it's Memorial Day, I just got to put it out there one more time. All the people that are definitely negative, I'm sorry guys, I'm not judging, but that you don't want to stand up to pledge allegiance, whatever, however they're doing it now, if we're doing it, the anthem, you know. You can lay down, you can You can spit, you can curse. It's all coming back to you, by the way, and I don't care. But I am concerned that I'm concerned because you got so much more to learn, see? Because if you look at, all you little cursors and people screaming that this America is so crummy, such a crummy place, you try doing that with another flag in another part of the world, and you try that over there, and you're not going to get very far. This place right now, America, 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 you can stand there and even burn the flag and spit on the flag and all that. That's what makes America so wonderful, that you have an opportunity to give your voice, give your expression on how you feel. Now, I'm saying that's, Uncle Martin's saying, I feel that's a little negative. But it's your free choice to do it, you know. Where do you have this free choice anywhere else on this planet? Terrific, all right? If you try that kind of stuff somewhere else, you're going to say, oh, this is planet terrible. I mean, you're already saying it's planet terrible. Yeah. But you'll really see how terrible it is for you if you try that on another country. See, that's all I'm saying. Oh, man. It's Memorial Day, all right? Some people are raising flags, some people are burning them. But they still have an opportunity to do either one. Again, there's other places that you don't get that opportunity. That's what makes this place such a fantastic place. Even though you say it's a terrible place. Well, that you have an option to say that. You can choose that. And, you know, I just got to go back to that CEO that knew about karma. And it was like, what I saw was, I said, yeah, you're going to make all that money. You're going to do all these things and stepping on people's toes and doing what you're going to do. And you're going to get away with so much stuff you think away. So for 30, 40, 50, 80 years, you're going to get away with all this stuff. And you're going to have to come back. Maybe you get to come back. Maybe you won't get to come back. It's a little tough to come back these days, you know? I mean, it is really difficult to get into Planet Terrific now. So I'm saying, these people that are saying, I'm going to get away with all this, but you're not. And so that CEO, I said, well, what good would it be getting away with 50, 80 years? And his reaction again was, didn't say anything. He said, yeah, but isn't it great for those 30, 40, 50, 80 years? He understood karma, kids. He understood it. He was a CEO. He had knowledge and wisdom. But he didn't care. That's what we're here for. We're here to learn. And that's why we can't judge anyone. We can't. You start judging people, whatever you're giving out, you're going to get judged. Do you want to get judged? Nah, I don't want to get judged. So let you guys do whatever you want to do. I'm just trying to help somebody understand that it's coming back tenfold. So you did something, you know, whatever it was. It's coming back tenfold. When I heard it at 18, I said, forget about it, man. I'm just going to do as much positive things as I can. Of course, I've fallen off the wagon so many times. They say when you fall off the horse, you know, get back on that horse. Get up, boy. You got to get back on the horse and get on that horse and start running again. You know, that guy, you know, that. Yes, get it, Papini. Get off that water trout. Quit throwing eggs on little Luke's head. What? That would be negative. That would be negative. And by the way, Yul Brynner. Nah, that's what Yul Brynner. You know, McCoy's. Yes, that. We got the same feast day. What's the chances of that, right? So anyway, is there cosmic humor out there anywhere? Is it so doomy and gloomy? Is it so doomy and gloomy? Sure, kids, it sure looks that way. But you know what? There is still with us. Faith. Faith is a foundation. Faith is a foundation. Then we got hope. Hope on top of faith. And then after faith, we got charity. So all three of those come into spectrum for us. Faith is something you can't see. You can't feel it. But faith, well, you either have it or you don't, right? A lot of people on the negative side, hot, cold side, don't have any faith. So that's what they're here to learn, maybe. And then the people on the hot side, they got all the faith in the world, but then they get tested every day. We're all here to learn. We're here to learn. We're here to learn that there still is faith, hope, and charity. Now, when you got the faith and then the hope, now, okay, faith and hope, the love part, the charity part, that's what we all have to do. More charity. All you selfish people, just give a little more. Don't take other people's stuff and pass it around. Start giving your own stuff in charity, all right? You guys just pick hot or cold. And you guys get off your high horse and stop cursing these people because you think they're so lowly. Nobody's lowly here. We're all at different levels. We're all at different levels of learning. We all learn different ways. It's like the guy that's a homeless person. He's in a dumpster. He's dumpster diving. Now there's a couple ways of looking at that. Somebody's gonna look at that guy that's homeless in the dumpster and he's eating that cannoli, you know. And you're gonna say, oh, that poor soul, he's a slob. He's a whatever, right? So that's negative. That's judgmental. But that's what I'm saying. In reality of esoteric things, that guy might have just had to get that last cannoli or half-eaten hot dog or whatever it is, and then a light goes through him like the Sons of Hercules and says, what the heck am I doing in here? I could be doing all these other things. And it just took him that one cannoli or half a hot dog to see that, well, there's something else in life to work from there. And all of a sudden, that little awakening that he had, he's already way higher than all these other people that are saying what an ugly fat slob he is, eating out of the garbage. See? Judging. You can't judge. You can judge. You can. But that same judgment that you're giving out comes back tenfold. It's so important that you kind of understand that, you know. I mean, over a lot of people's heads, but it does work that way. And you know, it's like a little pebble in a pond goes out to the can, comes back in. Well, then what happens with the fistful of sand? It doesn't matter. That little grain of sand is still going out to the distance and it's coming back tenfold with all those little grainy sands. Those ripples are going back exactly to that little grain of sand. So every little grain of sand is getting something back. Every one of us getting something back. So what do you want coming back? What do you want coming back? I want some positive coming back. And these people here saying, I don't care if it's coming back negative. I'm having a great time. Having a great time today. That's okay. That's all right. That's all right. We're all here to learn. That's all. We're all here to learn. Dad said, when I looked at him and said, Dad, I'm not going to learn in school anymore. I promise you. He said, son, you're still going to learn. Was he not correct? We went through those 20 crummy little... they weren't crummy schools, but there was enough schools that he was absolutely correct. I learned at every doggone one of those schools. But I would not be where I am today if I did not go to 20 schools, all right? And all of you kids that are going to school, that's why I say stay in school and learn what you have to learn. It's just stay in mind what you're eating from these books. Put it on the back shelf. Don't be a sponge saying, yeah, I believe. Wait until you apply what you've read, okay? That's what I'm saying. It's so important that you kind of look that way because our subconscious, we're monkey in the middle. We're all monkey in the middle here. Most of us don't even know about a subconscious. Some of us do, let alone about a higher self. I guess that's why before I go, I'd have to say, if there's a book to read, one book to read, It would be Young, C.G. Young. Young, the Red Book. The Red Book, please, please, take a look at the Red Book. That explains so much about the subconscious, the conscious, and the higher self, all right? It also deals with so many dreams. And I knew about dreams before I even got to the Red Book. I'm sorry, but well, it's funny to me because I can't even go into any of my dreams because this is it. This is the end of the line for Uncle Martin, all right? I've given you enough meat. I gave you a lot of milk, but I've given you so much meat that's why I say I don't want to. I think it's time for me to say aloha. You know, I mean really aloha. I mean like aloha because that's what I said. I haven't shown any. I've only shown this to like 11 families. So I've had preschoolers, kindergartners, first, second, third graders, fifth graders, seventh graders, a couple high school kids, a couple college kids, and the moms and dads. And they've all come back to me with, you know, what they felt about it, you know. And so I was using them as a sounding board in a sense. So when if you look back at, you don't have to, but in the past I said, well, it really hit the fan when I said this and all that. That's because the people that came back to me were saying, what are you doing? And that's why, if you ever get to any of that other stuff that I said back there, that's why I said, yeah, well, boy, it hit the fan on that one. But I don't really know because I'm archaic. All I know is that I have to find out how to get a channel on YouTube. I have to find out if I put all of these, I think I got 29 or 30 of these little titty bits of, like, I think it's about 20 minutes, half hour, something like that. I don't know. So I got about 29 or 30 of these. And do I put it in all at once? Do I just put it one in at a time? See, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm just going to throw it all out there. And as they say, a wise man said, let the chips fly where they may. And I'm going to leave it at that, you know, and see where the chips fly. I hope I can just stay Uncle Martin, anonymous, no limitation, because I would really prefer to be that way, personally. Because I feel that I've got so many little gems and pearls for you kids, and maybe even some high school and college kids, that you're able to look at things a little differently. I don't know, moms and dads, I don't know how you really feel about it, you know. Maybe some of you said, you're not going to watch Uncle Martin anymore. Oh no, he's watched too many cartoons. I did watch cartoons, but it was because because I critique them. And you know how I feel about cartoons. You know, if I didn't have my cartoons, I wouldn't have had any foundation to work on where I was moving back and forth all those times. I said it was like 10,000 years to get through my 4 fourth grades. See my numbers, you know, 10,000 years. It was only 10,000 miles. You know, what's the difference? It's all time and space, isn't it? So kids, what I want to leave you with is there is hope. Hope. There is hope here, all right? No matter what anybody says to you that there isn't any, they are totally negative. It's up to you if you're going to accept negative or positive. Uncle Martin's saying there is still hope here, and it's going to be with you kids and the people that want to do something about challenging the lie. That's all. I mean, the lie is going to come up to you on so many levels. Are you going to put up with it or not? Yeah, it's going to be up to you. You know, it's only you that can do, first of all, in your own little circle. And then from there, you can work out, okay? You're not going to help anybody unless you got your own circle taken care of, right? And we all like to go into other people's circle. We always like to read other people's books. We're all books. Doesn't everybody start reading another book? Reading another person when you don't even know your own selves. You don't even know your subconscious, and you think you know your conscious self. Sure. Do you know your subconscious? Have you dealt with your higher self? Have you done any of those things? Well, when you do, then you'll get to know yourself better. You'll get to know yourselves better. See? We We always have an opportunity to do this or not, okay? And that's all Uncle Martin's saying. We should always have a choice. When someone isn't giving you that choice, you're going to have to see, well, that's a little negative here. I mean, and that's a little limiting for me. You know, I'm feeling, I want to go a little more positive, you know, or you jump on the wagon, cold or hot, you know, I don't care. I'm so concerned, though. Okay, I think I've given enough for everybody to I can say goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. I mean, aloha is what I'm, and that's what I mean. That's what all I'm saying is. Aloha, and be well.